Reet. Had your gobs. Public service announcement from Fatster's economy lad. All the crap coming is Reet. But didn't ask when war slugs and Dan or a couple of doylums that can't use the netty proper, let alone find their arse from their elbow. So gan canny. All the pictures taxed them from all hour. So cheers to all the hinnies who hide them out there. So all canny here over the dirt. So if you didn't like it, like me granny used to say, it's nice to be nice. If you can't be nice, fuck off. Didn't let the bairns listen to this unless you want them to go and proper rage and mental. Reet man, pet man. This is one of them D as I say, not as I D moments. If ye want to copy us, Dibben come running to us after with a broken leg. Cheers, bairns, gan canny.
I'm Dan Watson.
And I'm Paul.
And I'm Mark Bishop.
I'm Welcome to the Dirt.
I am Mark Bishop.
Oh, it's going to be fucking carnage.
I am Nathan Jenkins.
I am Nathan Jenkins.
Right, evening everyone.
Evening.
Oh, look, we've got Nathan Jenkins in the background of Jeff now.
My apologies. Maybe they're apologies, maybe they're not, in advance for the absolute carnage that is about to ensue. We're missing one person, Paul Carter. Hopefully he will be joining us at some point in the not too distant future.
Out riding.
It's out riding, yeah. When he's not working, he's riding, and when he's not riding, he's working, is Paul Carter.
Or he's on eBay searching for fucking boards to fucking squirrel away.
Just sat in the corner like them as a Comp 60 and just counting them one by one.
Yeah, thank you all for your time this evening, and thank you all for finding mountain boarding. I suppose that is why you're here tonight as guests on the Dirt. You've all been involved in the game now around about a year-ish, I would say. I know that a couple of years have been involved with electric boards and skateboards and various other bits and pieces that we'll go into in each of your origins, if you wouldn't mind giving us a sort of a few minutes as to your backgrounds and so on and so forth. But you've had, as a general rule, with Paul Carter included, I think we should include him in this talk in the hope that he turns up, have found downhill mountain boarding via different ways and means. So I suppose, whilst trying to keep a lid on the sanity, it might be worth me and Slogs shutting up and letting you guys, I suppose, do the talking. If we start with how I see it on my screen, then maybe I hope that will tally up to what the viewers are seeing at home as opposed to what may be on your screens. So in this instance, we're going to go along the top, and that is, oh, fuck, which one of you is going to answer? Mark Bishop.
Well,
the real Mark Bishop, please stand up. Please.
I think he is stood up. He's just short, isn't he?
I'm on tiptoes.
More yellow pages there stuck up.
Are they still a thing?
My household? How else do I know where to bloody find French polishers after my parties?
That's how I have to kiss Sarah.
You were the young couple off the Yellow Pages advert.
That's it at Christmas under the old mistletoe, wasn't it?
Oh, cute. Right then, Mark.
Right.
Who are you? Where'd you come from?
So I've skateboarded since I was like a teen, and then met Sarah. She made me go on really long walks in the out in the sticks, and I don't do that. So we got looking at. Well, I was like, I wonder if we could get like a board I could ride, and then tapped in mountain boards because I'd heard of a mountain board, and Tramper came up, but I was like, oh, they do fucking electric ones, and then that was how I got into the electrics. Then really quickly, Sarah needed to be on electric, so I'm going to do Sarah's story as well.
Well, I suppose
I'll chime in where he fucks it up.
Do you want to just carry on from here, Sarah? Because he's bound to fuck it up repeatedly.
Yeah, crack on, love. Over to you.
No, he was moaning about walking for ages, and it was like, just shut up and order something, please, because it's boring. And yeah, we started. Yeah, you started on Tramper, and he bought me a cheap Chinese SYL setup just to get me on something.
SYL08 thing.
Oh yeah, one of those. Yeah, and it was great while it lasted. No, it did pretty well, and yeah, we were both on electric street boards, and then we were building boards between us, and yeah, it wasn't until last year that we actually, well, Mark got on the gravity board last year quite early on with Adam. I remember that the second Mark Bishop. I remember that very distinctly, and it wasn't until Christmas last year really that I caught up and was like, I want to go on a freaking mountain board. Like, I had a lesson at Bugs with Nina, but at Christmas we just went a bit mental and rode all over the show in all kinds of terrain, and it's really kicked off since then massively, I think, for the pair of us.
My first time on the actual proper mountain board was after Cleve.
Yeah.
And Dan, you had lent me your board, I believe, and I'd gone back to Bugs with Slogs, and Sarah, obviously. We didn't just elope. And
not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
The night is young, my friend.
Lent him a board and he fucking breaks it. So it's broken.
It broke?
Yeah. Where was the heel strap?
It was missing a bolt, that was all.
No, you told me, Sloggett, that Mark Bishop broke my board just before.
That Mark Bishop, the other one. It's the other Mark Bishop.
He also told me that you made him slide the fucking deck up his ass crack as well. Photo inserted here.
That's true.
that may have been true.
You know what it's like for peer pressure.
Bonds were formed that Cleve weekend that don't need to be talked about.
So when was that? September, wasn't it? I think, or was it end of August?
It's around then.
September.
So yeah, that was my first time without motors.
Mm.
So we're only talking 6 months.
I can't count that many.
Yeah. You've only got to use one hand, Mark.
Down your way, maybe.
It's better having 6 digits. You can hold bigger pasties with your hand.
Well, without wanting to cut you off there, because obviously we're going to keep doing this round table sort of thing. I think we're sort of, so we've had your first experience there of mountain boarding, and that was 6 months ago, and I think I'm right to say that you've done a few meetups with other people since then, haven't you? Well, we're going to those experiences on the next round of questions as such, if that's cool. So, Ash, you're centre stage for me.
Yeah.
How did you come to find yourself without? Well, I'm going to almost jump the gun there. I'll let you. How did you find yourself on a mountain board?
The very first mountain board I had was a kite board, but I never went on it once. So I was probably about 12 or something like that, and I bought it, and it just went in the cupboard and never got used. So that's kind of half idea about them. Other than that, the first time I ever really kind of saw anything to do with it was because of Jeff, basically. I know Jeff through our kids, and he got himself a board, and wouldn't shut up
Not
about
our
it.
kids. We haven't had kids together.
Our kids.
They fucking handsome kids, I'll tell you.
Yeah, he just kept going on about it, sending me loads of videos and all sorts.
Was this electric or?
Yeah, the electric, yeah. So it was just like, yeah, check this out. This is awesome. This is awesome. And then I was like, yeah, that actually is. That's the closest I could get to snowboarding again, because before the kids, I used to go snowboarding and enjoyed it. But I was like, oh yeah, okay, maybe.
So
And then yeah.
without without cutting you off, would it be safe to assume that yours and Jeff's finding of mountain boarding are intertwined here?
Pretty much, yeah.
Jeff, maybe we should do you the honour of giving your first findings of, be it electric or downhill mountain boarding, and how you come to influence Ash's then subsequent involvement.
Yeah, well, Ash and I had kids together, and then it was actually, that's bizarrely similar. So I was doing some kite surfing, but it was a long, long way to travel. So I got into the kite boarding. I say got into it. I bought the stuff. I went a couple of times and was just frustrated with it because I've never boarded or anything before. And then went on the website, similar to Mark, actually. Tramper stuff came up. The electric boards came up. Looked at all the videos. I was like, I need to get involved. And just went down the whole route. The electric boards, the e-boards, I had a blast with that. And then it was at EBIT, which was the first big sort of group meet or competition, if you like, that I've done on the e-board. And all the guys that were winning, Eamon, Andy, Matt, all the top riders, they all mountain board. So, and Ash and I remember us saying, like, there's got to be something like, a transferable skill for sure that we're missing out on, that we need to explore this. And we've been going to Bugs quite a bit because that's the centre that's open that we can use. And occasionally you see like James Wanklin and stuff down there. You'd be like, wow, I mean, need to give it a go. And stood on a board there probably September, giving it a go. And just, although we've done a lot with the electric boards, it's different because you don't have brakes, and the way you create, it's almost the opposite, but there's a lot of similarities. Anyway, fell in love with it and spent this winter just messing around in skate parks and on ramps and in foam pits, and just absolutely loving it. It's great fun. I'm really, really looking forward to getting a summer on the board. So September time, properly mountain boarding.
I think you jumped on the mountain board then, didn't you? And then you was like, Ash, you have to get one. I was like, okay then. But I think I left mine a bit too late before being able to kind of really get out on it. So my first kind of mountain board experiences were straight into skate parks, really.
Yeah, that's really what. We were sort of. I had one go at Bugs before the weather got really bad, and then everything's been skate parks. And then we did the Kingswood free ride, and then I met up with Mark just before that to scout it out. And then I've been there once on my own since. So it's sort of filtering in. But now the better weather's coming. Can't wait to check out some of these places that everyone's going and do some more riding.
Oh, it's going to be exciting times for you as well. So Adam Barton, last on my page, but first in my heart. My sweet prince, talk to me.
I want words with you after this, Dan. Can't be calling him my pet names for me. You call me. I know he's younger, more handsome, but
Still got his hair.
Come on,
fucking harsh, man.
Don't take my wife's name out of your mouth. Tell us, Adam, how did you come by mountain boarding?
So basically, Ashley and Jeff are my parents, so I've been into it all my life. I've been skateboarding for the last 15 years, and I basically just scrolling through YouTube one night and sort of went into a bit of a rabbit hole, as you do. Frogs with 6 eyes and stuff, and then I got onto basically mountain boarding page that was about 15 minutes away from where I live, and it was UK Scrubbers or Cheshire Scrubbers. So I literally just messaged him and said, can I play on this? Because this is like skateboarding, but it's attached to your feet and you land on grass, so you don't break bones every time you fall over. And then it was pretty much just, all right, okay, I had one go, made it round a bit of a pump track. It's my local, and then never looked back really.
So how long ago was that?
About 6 months, maybe longer, 7 months, 8 months. Time, fuck knows.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you mention there, Cheshire Scrubbers? I got to say a massive big up to Jamie and Steve for putting out the content and getting new people into the scene, getting kids on boards and stuff like that up there, and putting the effort that
or adults, yeah.
JD, I've asked you before. Would love to have you on here at some point. But yeah, I obviously have seen your bits online and know that you hold good company, shall we say, up there outside of Cheshire Scrubbers. I think you've got a few legends in the sport that you seem to ride with quite regularly. Scully and Leon and all the sort of old school team.
Yeah, I definitely try and get out. I definitely try and get out with them as much as possible. Maybe not as much as I'd like, but it's work and jobs and everything.
So, are you riding now in skate parks as well? Would you say that has been, given the time that you've been riding now, would you say that you've been riding mostly skate parks, or what's your?
Yeah, either skate parks or pump tracks, to be honest, but that's definitely not out of choice. I started like literally just before winter, and I got one session where I met Bish down at Bugs, and I'd literally love to ride Bugs every single day, and I'm planning on every single day. Every single weekend it's open throughout the summer, pretty much. But we haven't got anything like that up north since Hart Hill closed down, which I never even got to see, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, it's a crying shame, because I mean that wouldn't have been too far away from you at all.
No, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of centres that you lot have missed out on, unfortunately.
How do we get back?
Yeah, the favourite centre, past or present.
Oh, fuck that one off. Bugs.
Well, actually, I know for a fact that Adam could potentially say another one.
Oh yeah, yes he could. Yes,
away too much.
But yeah, we'll get on to before we go on to the next sort of phase of questions. There, you mentioned that you've come from skateboarding and found mountain boarding, and that you've been riding predominantly skate parks. Do you think? Have you not stopped skateboarding, but now do you spend equal amounts of time on a skateboard or a mountain board when you're at a park? What's?
It depends who I'm with, really. Like if, for example, I went and rode with Ash a few weeks ago, and I rode not but a mountain board, or if I'm out with JD, for example, I'd ride a mountain board. But if I'm just going to my local and there's nobody else on a mountain board, it's hard to try and pick one up and say, film this. Yeah. So I'd probably just stick on a skateboard unless I've got company, essentially. But I do just like to rip around a pump track whenever I get a chance and get half an hour.
Have you got a pump track near you then, near your house?
Yeah, so my local is absolutely amazing because it's got an amazing skate park. It's got quite a good pump track and a massive free riding area. And then woods next to it as well, which hopefully in the summer I'm going to dig up and make into not a centre, but certainly somewhere I can fucking play.
Yeah.
Got it all.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, if you need some help, we'll come up and help you.
Definitely. Yeah.
We'll come up once it's done.
Listen to it. We'll come up and help.
Sarah will come up and help.
Mark and Sarah are exceptionally have been fully trained now in breaking of stones. I can personally vouch that they have had training.
You just
So
told
many
us to get
cuts on
busy
my-
behind berm 3.
Well, why wouldn't you? That's what happens at
we
mountain.
wanted the
Centres.
job done so that we could
How-
ride.
How do you think me and Sloggett got so close all them years?
Berm 3.
Berm 3.
It don't matter what centre you're at, what board across track. Berm 3 is where it all happens, behind there.
We had the conversation after we got off the phone with Dan at Bugs at the Weekend. We were like, we've had sex here before. We don't need to be doing that right now. We'll do our job and then we can ride.
Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't
Right,
realise.
mate.
Already ticked that box. Bloody hell. Hi, Nina. Hi, Bugs. So, one last thing. So, Adam Barton, you've got a electric mountain board as well, haven't you?
If you can call it that, to be honest, it was basically the same one that Sarah had, the SYL08 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I got given it in many, many different little bits, and none of them fit together. So I've sort of welded it, and it's still not fully perfect, but it rolls just about.
To be fair, mate, we've probably got any bits that you need spare from, well, whether it's from Sarah's SYL or other random bits and pieces. Bring it when we meet up, and we'll try and work out any bits. Yeah.
Yeah,
and your dad's here to help you as well.
Between us, we will make it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to go in. We've got a couple of questions. I'm going to mix it up and sort of go from us to the community questions and so on and so forth. And the hope, I'm just going to refresh myself with what they are, in the hope that it doesn't throw us too far out of the timeline here. But our two questions today, the first one we will go with is going to come in from Emlyn Bainbridge. And his question is, where are we? He's been it. So it's halfway through a conversation here. He says, I've been in the mood that he gets in every spring, where he gets really, really excited about mountain boarding. And I think you guys can start to relate to that now, because you're getting into spring and have just been through a winter and know what the potential is going to be. He likes watching old Kirkman videos and so on and so forth. Yeah, he was always obsessed when he was a kid with watching the next video that would get him hyped to ride, including classics such as Like This, Hot Action, and Giving Birth to Radmag. And we all know that filming goes hand in hand with riding mountain boards. Do you guys have any new or old videos that inspire you to ride and learn new stuff? And if so, which ones? So I think we'll potentially, given the fact that Mark and Sarah are on the same page, shall we say, and would assume that you ride together, is there any sort of pre-ride rituals that don't involve
We've got a lot of rituals. I don't know how many can be aired. No,
I mean, go on.
Right, so the things we do, like watching mountain board stuff, if we're going about to go to bed, for instance, then I might flick on YouTube and I'll type in mountain boarding. Things that come up is either your podcast, but we've done all of them, so we might rewatch a couple of them. Northern Ashes is a favourite.
Yeah.
Small Eyes.
Small Eyes.
No,
Northern Ash's videos, period, as well.
Yeah.
We've been watching quite a lot of Northern Ash because he's funny as fuck.
It's the one where it's inside his brain. It's fucking hilarious.
And scary.
Yeah.
Or I like watching. If I know we've got skate park stuff coming up, then Dylan Warren, things like that. Just because seeing him do stair sets and rails and shit, and you're like, oh fuck. But yeah, other than that, we just fucking go and ride.
The only extra thing I would say is people's Instagram stories. Emlyn's perfect example. James Wanklin, like any of those, it gives you that extra push to go. Yeah, all right, it's dry. Let's go.
Yeah. What about you, Ash?
The same, to be honest. Mainly for me, it's watching stuff on YouTube and Instagram. Because kind of find yourself at the end of a day kind of going, wish I could have gone out today, but back from work too late or whatever. And then you just find yourself in a bit of a trance, just going one video to the next. And then, like you might see Matt and Andy on the bag and go, need to get on a bag. Or you see, I don't know, like you say, Emlyn in the skate parks, anything. And it's just kind of like, I want to try that. I want to try that. I want to try that. And then you kind of get to a point where you're going, it's going to be a long year. There's a lot to squeeze in.
What about you, Jeff? Are you into the old school videos, or are you a modern social media man? Or?
So yeah, I would say 90% is just Instagram. And so honestly, what I do is Emlyn's a lot of material that I use and I learn from. What I actually do is I screen record it and then I slow it down and just try and understand what he's trying to do on certain things, and then break down elements of what I then want to work on. So yeah, funnily enough, his videos a lot of the time. I have been given a DVD, which is given to me by Jolly Tom. I can't remember what it's called. I've watched it a few times. It's really good. It looks like it's from, I don't know, probably a good 15 years ago, but it's incredible what they're doing. But this sounds terrible because I'm not a millennial or anything, but the effort to go and put a DVD on and watch it, whereas I can just get my phone out and just be like, oh, what was that trick again? And then just try and figure out, how to break it down. And if there's any aspect of it, I can, I like to have something in mind that actually Ash, Northern Ash, one of his sayings, which is, do something new. I try to make sure every time I ride, just one thing, I try something new. That's just how I do it. That's where I get my fun from it. I just like, that buzz of, oh, can I do that? Can I try this? Yeah. But Instagram mainly, and I will go down a rabbit hole with YouTube. To be honest, a lot of it was or still is all the electric stuff, and that's with all the tramper guys. I hang out with them. They're going to know, like, I just like perv on them all the time on YouTube. Like, I watch any of those, and I'm buzzing afterwards. I really am. So it's cool.
And what about you then, Adam?
Definitely not Ash. Like, his ego is going to be too big after the last. Definitely not Ash. But I've pretty much set up a full Instagram just for mountain boarding essentially. So I just literally scroll through reels on that, and it's nothing but mountain boarding. Pretty much the same as everyone else has said.
It does seem to be the modern way. But let me tell you this: if you did not know, if you go onto the Dirt's page, another reason to subscribe if you don't already. If you go onto the Dirt's YouTube page, there is a playlist on there that is now unlocked to the public, which doesn't have every mountain board video ever made on, but has
copyright reasons.
Names or the big name mountain board videos that are on YouTube at least. We don't have a Vimeo channel, but there are plenty more on there. I can point you in directions of videos on there if ever you are interested. I know most of the Kirkman videos are on Vimeo. But yeah, failing that, like I say, there's a whole playlist with over 100 videos on there. And if I've not got all of them, but all of them by whatever maker or producer is, you can click onto their page and see what other stuff that they've got. So you should be able to navigate yourselves around some plenty of old footage, or at least, and get you some ways to find out some more and some different rabbit holes.
Well, check it out.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Sarah, we can stop watching RedTube now.
We've not managed to link up Slogs' OnlyFans site yet. I think there's a glitch between YouTube, but
No, didn't I refuse because you wouldn't pay me enough dollar?
it will. You got to earn it, mate. You need to get the bells ringing. Ding, 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 ding. That's what we need. I'm not hearing that. That's no change. No fucking cheddar biscuits for slogging it. Yeah. Now, you said something interesting there, Jeff, and I've not used that method of analyzing. You said about screen recording and then slowing down the footage and stuff and learning. And I've not done that for a number of years. That's probably why I've become a little stagnant in my own opinion, certainly in the freestyle end of things. But that was something that as a kid with skate videos and even first generation mountain board videos, it was literally stop and rewind and freeze frame them and look for the ways of how to learn. And when we both first started, there were centres aplenty around the country. So I guess my question is to this. Obviously, we've covered that you have come from skateboarding and other ideas have come from electric mountain boarding. How have you sort of found that learning experience, if you will, for basics? Because I suppose I remember, Mark, I don't know, it was at Bugs, but I remember, just sort of chatting to you about doing power slides, just so that, should there be a weird situation with your electric board and that sort of thing, that you can get out of it without the need for using a thumb brake or whatever. But how have you guys sort of found learning to mountain board without that trick?
Like the transition from electric to mountain boarding.
So, going from like the transition from skating to electric mountain boarding was like, fuck yeah, it's like a big skateboard that I don't have to push and I'm strapped in, like Adam was saying. And then to go from electric to proper mountain boarding, because if I call it gravity, Northern Ash will fucking kick me. That was when we were talking. So it was that day after Cleve, or before Cleve, after Cleve, that you had said that I was asking you about it. And I was like, fuck, what? Like, I'm going to be going down a hill, but I ain't got a brake. I haven't got, what do you do? And you were saying, you just power slide, it'd be fine. And explain that. Once you got your head around that, you're like, oh, fuck it. You just send it then. Yeah. And the transition, it's like a big skateboard. It feels natural to ride it. It's attached to your feet. You don't have to worry about it fucking off if you do something wrong. Yeah, I mean, you like you say, you've skateboarded, and I think I can sort of say the same to Adam, Barton there, and probably Sarah as well, that you guys have all probably been around a longboard as well as a skateboard. Yeah. Probably that I would guess dabbled a little bit in sliding on your skateboard. No, I'm fucking useless at that.
Not even like a little hill bomb with, because.
No, I love watching it.
Yeah,
but I don't know how to do it.
No, and Mark's a dancer. Like Mark will dance on a longboard. He's one of them pretty lads that will dance on a longboard. And even now, he's talking about power sliding. He would never even fucking dream of it going down a hill. If he thought he was in trouble, he wouldn't dream of power sliding out of it. He'd just keep going. So Mark actually probably doesn't know how to power slide on a mountain board because he wouldn't cross his mind.
I'm very much like that.
I
Just
think
fucking
Jeff
keep
can
going,
definitely
keep
vouch for
going.
that when
Just
we were
hope you slow down.
You need to get out and practice it. I'm telling you, on a wet day, next windy day, get down the biggest, grassiest hill, like short grass hill park, and just absolutely send in straight line and have yourself slide competition. It's the funniest thing. We used to do it all the time. And you can style them out. You can go like bloody Sergio Yuppie style, bloody, well, maybe not quite so mental as him, but like a Cliff Coleman slides and stuff like that. It's great fun. Great fun. You know, given the, I think it's fairly safe to say, I'm not going to blow your trumpet here, but you're all right on a skateboard. But did you ever get yourself into downhill sort of riding?
No. I had a little play on a longboard for a couple of months, but it was more for dancing rather than anything else. It weren't for downhill stuff. Downhill stuff.
I'm going to stop you there, and I can't take you seriously anymore because you just confirmed what Sarah said. You've done. Adam Barton, come on, man, help me out here. You're a skateboarder, a real skateboarder, not a dancer.
Yeah.
Did you get in a downhill in at all or anything like that?
Not unless you count Vert as downhill. No, not at all. As I say, I was quite lucky to have this amazing skate park next to me, so I've always just sort of stuck to skate parks. I tried it once, but you can slow down by putting your foot next to the board and just rubbing it off like that. So that's how I've always slowed down. So I've got on a mountain board, and I'm still not entirely sure how the fuck you stop.
See, you're just like me. Just keep going.
Yeah. Just keep bending your knees and keep bending your knees. The wobbles will go.
Ride it out.
Well, I mean, what about you, Ash and Jeff? Like, I mean, I rode with you on the weekend, so but I think it's fairly safe to say that what we were riding there with the boys on the jumps there is you're not going to need a power slide or the basics really in that sort of environment. What you need is fucking hard tires. Thank you, Jeff, for giving me that advice there. I was never going to listen to Sonny Dibben tell me what I should be.
Needed me to write it for you.
But yeah, so those you rode Kingswood and stuff like that. And Jeff,
just started on the electrics, to be fair, around pump tracks and stuff. That evolved to bugs, and that was all electric still, like no mountain boarding yet. And then kind of, like I said earlier, first mountain board was on skate park, so no scrubbing, no nothing needed.
Yeah,
it's not there. And then the first time actually taking it out off-road properly was at that free ride meet at Kingswood. So Mark and Adam were there, and Jeff and that. Yeah, and it was one of those kind of walking up this way. I think that was me, Jeff, Ash. Is it Harry maybe? I think he was leading the charge.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're kind of going up and up and up. And I'm looking at Jeff going, how are we stopping coming down here? And it was kind of like, huh? And we said to the lads when we got to the top and that, like, so when we're coming down here, like, what do we do? Like, what do you mean? It's like, well, apart from trying not to kill myself, how do I stop? And they're like, just scrub your speed, you'll be fine.
Just like that.
I just remember looking at Jeff going, just scrub your speed, mate, you'll be fine.
I think I asked, I was like, how do you scrub? And then they both like looked at us like, these guys haven't got a clue. They're like, you're going to go down this hill.
Did you
I
say to them,
wasn't brave enough to ask that question. I just watched them do it and hoped that I did it right.
But yeah, what the best way to learn is, on the job.
Damn straight.
Like you hear everybody saying about like when you're going to go for like a free ride or whatever, scope it out, figure your sections and stuff like that. We were finding ourselves at like the top of all these trees and stuff. They're like, I think it's down, mate, a left and a right, something like that. You'll figure it out. I've never taken this thing off road before. What's going on? But yeah,
I suppose the thing is that most of those lads, well, a lot of them have ridden that spot many times over the years, but probably not for a long time. And most of the spots in the UK generally are not that long that you couldn't just blast them out. Well, that's what the aim of the game is, isn't it? And this is why I said in the post earlier that you guys are all absolutely sending it, because
you're just jumping in the deep end for the rest of them.
Yeah, that's
started walking with them, didn't we, Jeff? Like, yeah, let's go ride.
Let's go. I was like, yeah, they're really experienced. Let's go with them. We'll get a good ride.
Like walking up these tracks where there is no track, but they're like, oh yeah, it's here. And they're like kind of like kicking the odd like log out the way and stuff. And we're just like looking like that's not going to help. But yeah, it worked out. It was good fun.
Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, yes, I haven't come from any boarding background, and I started on the e-board and I was going really slow for the first few times I was on there. So I really did learn everything on the e-board. So it does. And if I didn't do the e-board, I wouldn't be doing the mountain boarding because I just wouldn't have had enough time to ride to get comfortable enough in a short enough amount of time. It's probably, I'm cracking on a bit now. I'm a bit old, so I'd have probably thought, I've missed that window. But in all honesty, the e-board did give me the riding time enough that I'm like, although I'm learning, I'm happy enough to sort of get up to, decent speeds and not freak out too much. Because I think that's the main thing, is the feeling of, I don't know where my brakes are. And then in the skate parks, it's also, how do I create power? And then you learn how to pump. And that's a lot of what I'm enjoying. It's a lot of what I really enjoyed on Sunday with riding with you, Dan, and the other guys, was on those jumps, the finesse that you have to like land and create the speed for the next one. You're just constantly trying to, make it perfect, which you can't. There's always a bit more. And that's totally unique to mountain boarding. So the e-boards are great because you can just send it and launch it. And it's in the throttle control, but the finesse of how you connect and flow the jumps in mountain boarding, that's special to just mountain boarding. And that was really good fun.
I think you've inadvertently maybe just hit the nail on the head there, Jeff, in why sometimes there is still a little bit of I wouldn't say it's not snobbery, but do you know what I mean? That when people say, I like to keep my mountain boarding pure or whatever, or I'm happy walking up the hills. I think some of that happiness that downhill gravity riders, whatever you want to call them, feel is that exact feeling of that. It's that finesse. There's a little bit of sometimes you've got to just hold on. There's a little bit of sometimes you've got to make sure that you carry the speed in the right areas. Sometimes you've got to make sure, that you know how to get yourself out of a scenario that can get put your way without having the luxury of a brake or an accelerator at that. And that's, I think that's kind of that's the major difference between the two, isn't it? But also you're right in terms of ride time, and it's something that I feel has helped me get straight back into downhilling after so long, is that in one charge of an electric I can have 10 times more ride time than a day out on just a downhill board. That's not to say that it's a better experience,
No, but at our age, it can happen more often because of the electric.
Yeah, potentially, and this is the other thing. We're all slightly aging. I mean, I'm gonna hazard a guess. I mean, to me, Sarah obviously looks the youngest in the room. I mean, she's
Sweet 16.
radiant over there.
Yeah, she's 12, isn't she, Mark?
I got her out of the back of your van.
But yeah, I mean,
Jeff
mentioned earlier that he was getting on. I know that he's not quite as old as me and Sloggett yet, thankfully, for him. But I don't know about the rest of you guys. Are you all,
I think I'm your age, aren't I, Dan?
well, I'm 42.
Me too.
Oh, I had you down as younger, Jeff.
He fucking looks younger, the bastard.
He does.
Well,
Really nice.
Oh, you meant Jeff. Ash, are you? You're not as old as us, are you?
No, I'm 33. I'll be 34 at the middle of this year, so.
33, Mark.
Which Mark? No, I'm what am I, 34?
34 and
Miss Watson is older than I am.
Like
we're
3
I'm a toy
months.
boy.
we do
Fuck
not
off,
ask.
Mark. 3 months. I'm
Oh.
34.
I would never have asked that, and I'm more than happy to edit that out for you, my sweetness.
No,
We'll add
I want
we'll add
the by 3
24
months mark. Fuck off.
And what about you, Adam? How old are you?
I'm 28. I'm a baby, apparently.
He is a babe.
Oh,
I mean, I'm too old for extreme sports, but when it comes to mountain board, I'm a kid, so it's fine.
yeah, that's it. I don't know. There's still a few young whippersnappers out there now. But yeah. So I'm going to go to James Wanklin's question.
I've also got a question that's just been thrown in. Sonny's just sent me a question to ask everyone.
Fuck Sonny Dibben.
Do I have to watch it first to make sure he's fucking fully clothed, though?
No. Go on, let's give him straight out now, and you
We
can
can put him in. He's literally just sent it to me.
record the answer for him and send it back.
Oh, hang on, I could be.
This question is for Ashley Hollings. Ash, why is he just a lad, and why does that mean he can get away with anything? Explain this to me, mate, because I'm struggling to understand why he's just a lad.
It's a simple excuse. He's just a lad. You can't blame him. Simple as that.
Was this by? Could he tell by looking at your hands?
Say again.
Could he tell by looking at your hands?
No, not that bit.
I've got no idea what the fuck's going on.
It was like at one of the go-karting event that Jeff put on. I can't remember who it was, but someone had done something that fucked up. But I was like, he's just a lad. Can't blame him. It seems to have stuck.
Oh, he's just sent me another one through as well.
Oh god.
You know, he loves a bit of fucking.
He just wants screen time.
Right, here we go.
Jeff Bond, this one's for you. I know you're in the medical practice, mate. I've got on my balls, I've got this strange thing growing, kind of spiral shape, looks a bit like a pig's tail, but like more black. I was just wondering, is this the sort of thing that you could sort out, or is that not really your area? Please let me know, mate. Call me back. Cheers, Sonny. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, are we fucking embarrassing bodies now, or what?
Fuck no.
Make sure you send those across to us, Sloggett, so we can put them up.
Yeah.
On the full
I don't know about anyone else, but Sonny's on embarrassing tashes still.
We don't have the equipment at work to deal with things of that small scale, so that's a very specialist lab for that one.
More
there you
microscopes than you've got.
Yeah, and that was the scruffy pimp.
Scruffy pimp. Empty scruff bag. Well, let's get crikey. We're coming on for almost an hour. We're 50 minutes into it. So I've got 2 questions here coming from James Wanklin. One Well, I'm going to ask them both for everybody. The first one was specifically for Bark Mishap. It says, but we are going to give this to everybody. Do you now prefer mountain boarding or e-boarding?
All right. That's one of my fucking 5. Go on, answer it now.
No. Should we come back to that one?
No, I'll put something else in.
Okay.
Proper mountain boarding.
Really?
Yeah, mate. I was saying this to Jeff the other week. Actually, I feel if I'm jumping my electric, I feel out of control. I don't feel it's too heavy. I'm a skinny little runt, and Jeff's a fucking big old American football player. He can handle his board. I'm a skinny little weed, and it's too heavy for me. So when I jump it, the slightest little off, and I fucking roll down the hill. Whereas on the proper board, I can jump it and I feel quite relatively in control of that. It's a different buzz as well. It's the out of control, not out of control. How do you explain it? It's just the buzz you get from riding it. It's amazing.
What about you?
Much more than an electric board, I find.
Sarah? Where's your head at with
Where's your head at?
I think they've both got two very different purposes. Like, I love riding the mountain board all over the show at the moment. Like, just in the back garden. If I can't get out, then I'll just have it on the patio, trying my 180s and just keeping them going. But the other day I was feeling like shit and didn't really have the energy to go and chuck myself down a hill. And Mark was like, just take the electric out. And I went out on the electric for a nice little cruise, and it was lush.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing parts of Salisbury that I haven't seen in a while. And yeah, so it was a very different kettle of fish. So it just depends on what you want on any given day. It's good to have, both options there. 3 options there, really.
Good answer. What about Ash?
It's a tough one. I think at the moment I find myself looking forward to riding the mountain board a bit more. Probably because a bit like what Mark was saying, it's just like kind of out of control, but not out of control. Yeah. But then like the where I say it's difficult is because I know that everything I'm doing on that mountain board is going to be making my electric riding 10 times better.
Yeah.
Because every little thing I learn on the mountain, it just pushes straight over to the electric.
Yeah, I think with the mountain boarding, there's a lot more fear there, which gets you more pumped, isn't there?
Yeah,
massively. Like, well, the weekend, Dan, when we went riding on Saturday, I just had to watch people riding for a minute because I'm thinking, I'm going to hit that free set and I'm just going to go flying off and smash into a tree. And I just go for it.
Dickhead who's got his head at the top of the landing.
Yeah, someone might sit at the top of it, but yeah, you just finally go for it, and then like that's going to help with the electric. But yeah, I started on the electric, and I think if I had to pick one or the other, I'd probably pick the electric, to be honest, because I know I'd ride it more locally and everything. I just get so much more use out of it, and I love it because, to be fair, that scares the shit out of me as well. when you're trying to control your throttle up and down like some giant jumps, and you're a second away from sending yourself to the moon or not. It's a bit of like yeah. But no, I'm loving riding both at the moment. I find myself looking forward more to the mountain, so only because I know it's going to progress to the electric.
So, would you say the same applies for you there, or have you got a slightly...
Yeah, it's interesting because like on Saturday, I had more fun on my mountain board than I did on the e-board. But the week before, when we went to Leicester Bike Park, I had more fun on the e-board than I did on the mountain board. And they're bigger jumps, and once we got the e-boards out, it was incredible. And we could do things that we couldn't do on the mountain board there. So it's like, again, Sarah and Ash said, it just depends on what you're doing. So quoting from American football, my favorite American football player is always, there's one thing he's always said that I've always tried to, I try and teach my kids it as well, including Andy, but if you have an option of A and B, find out a way to have both, because technically they're both on the table. So for me, they are just intertwined. If it wasn't for the e-board, I wouldn't be mountain boarding, and I wouldn't want to stop the mountain board because I'm loving that as well. So that for me, they really are like, it's just, I go out boarding, they're both in the car, and depending on what I want to do and what's there, I'm happy to use both, but absolutely loving both.
I think that's certainly where my old head's at the moment. It's nice, so amazing to have both options. Adam, I'm gonna tweak it for you. I'm gonna say, because although you said that you've got an electric board, I don't think that that's necessarily your first love when it comes to mountain boarding. I'm gonna put it to you as skateboarding or mountain boarding.
Oh, harsh, man.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
That's unfair, man.
Mountain boarding podcast.
Fuck off.
I'm going to say mountain boarding. Sorry, I can't answer questions like Jeff can. He's a lot more literate than me, and I'm impressed. But yeah, mountain boarding, because it's the Dirt Mountainboarding Podcast.
Oh,
Correct
answer. And I'll compliment you both now. Adam, I can see where you get your good looks from. You know, it's quite obvious with the parental bloody unit that you've got there with you and that, with Jeff and Ash.
Dan, can I stop you for a second? Where on your screen is Ash? For me, from in orientation to me, is he down? Is he?
He's on your left-hand side.
That side, yeah.
Way?
No, other way.
Yeah,
I've just got a drink I need to hand him. Ash, mate, I've got a drink for you.
Cheers, mate.
It's all right.
Very good.
Oh,
yeah. Forever to get it here.
Oh, you pair are cute. No wonder you're an item.
Been waiting for that for an hour.
Yeah. Cool. We'll go back to James Bank. Providing, has Sonny Dibben got any more questions he wants to ask before he cuts James? I mean, I know there's beef because James beat him on his birthday and all, but
well, Sonny's got beef with everyone, isn't he? It's the only way to keep himself current.
I sent him donuts. That's why I've not got beef with him.
Oh, you fucking idiot. Would you be nice to him? Don't be nice to him. He'll think you're weak.
Oh, I am. I am weak.
I had a copy on the donuts there, Mark, because I pushed him over the week before. I felt bad. So I was like, oh, yeah, he likes donuts. He challenged me to a race, and I remembered your and his scuffle, Dan. So I was like, right, I'm getting in there first. And get pushed.
Sonny's challenged me to a foot race. He wants to challenge me at sprinting. We need to make this happen.
Oh, and we all know that's just for the viewers.
Just
Sonny
tackle it.
Dibben, I don't think really can be 100% trusted to run a bath, let alone. Jeff, what's your current, or what will you peak in the 100 meters?
10.8, yeah.
10.8
seconds, yeah.
Sonny, you fucking dream. It's him believing that he can beat you like that is like him believing he can beat me on a downhill board.
I'm lucky if I can get to. I'm lucky if I can do 10 meters in 10 seconds.
I want to go at 100 meters and see how many seconds I can do it in.
There you go. We'll do a sprint race at Ebit, shall we?
Yeah.
We'll do it down the border cross.
Yeah.
Sorry about Jeff probably trains up border crosses though.
Yeah, probs.
He just pumps really hard.
Yeah, back to James Bank. We will get there eventually. So his final question was, and this is quite cool considering what we was talking about shortly ago. What trick this year do you want to land on dirt? No pressure, but I will definitely peer pressure you all into doing it.
So think about it before you do it.
Let's go. Let's flip it up. We're an hour in. Let's go the opposite way round. Adam Barton, I'm coming to you first.
Well, I've got two actually. I want to learn a rodeo and a front flip. Whether I get them or not is something different, but they're the two for the summer anyway.
And have you made any sort of progress? Where are you at?
No, not even to a foam pit. No.
Have you done any foam pit practicing over winter? What sort of stuff have you started to progress onto now? 6 months into riding.
Well, I've landed a couple of backflips onto resi, not onto dirt yet. But to be honest, I've just been trying to nail them down because I'm not sure if you've seen like the minute-long video I did of me bailing over and over and over and over again. But one of the last ones of that, I actually injured myself quite bad. I slipped the rib, pulled me calf. I couldn't walk for a week pretty much, and every time I'd cough or inhale, my rib would pop out. I'd have to push it back in or lie on the floor and put my arms up, and then it'd literally, you'd hear it pop. So that made me slow down a little bit.
Don't tell me things like that, mate.
Sorry, mate. You got hard on now, have you?
That's left the screen.
So yeah, that knocked me back a little bit, but I'm definitely getting back into it a little bit more now. I'm just trying to nail it down in foam pits and stuff before I actually take it onto resi and dirt.
Yeah, I mean, without wanting to stray too far off of this question, I mean, I'm sure things like a good old game of skate or BRART would help in everybody's training, right, over winter or over the next couple of months.
That's what I thought initially, mate, but
there's certain members are making it harder than it should be.
It's all right, but because by this point, by the time that this goes out to be released,
we'll be on a second trick.
We'll be on the second trick. I actually thought, mate, although it may seem like a real ball ache at the moment, what you've started there could actually be a very good long-term thing to keep us all going for quite a long time.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Thank you.
It's been huge.
That was the intention. It really was. And I wanted to sort of like, the sun's out for the first time in what seems like 10 years. And people can actually go outside and enjoy the sun now without COVID regulations. So I thought, what a perfect time to try and get more people back on a board. Yeah. Try and grow the sport a little bit as everyone's striving to do. So I literally came up with the idea and thought, brilliant, I'll wait till it starts getting a little bit sunny and warmer and then I'll post it up, which I have done. And it's had a lot of positivity around it, but it's also had the opposite from certain people who I'm not going to name, Matt Bryn. It was just totally done my head in. Just criticism and negativity from the very start. And I just thought, fuck this, I can't be asked.
You don't expect it from him, do you?
No.
I think it's jealousy.
This is what happens behind the closed doors. I mean, I dread to think, poor Andy and Mark.
There's an Excel spreadsheet out there that Matt Brind is not in charge of, and he don't like it.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Well, look, mate, without, like I say, wanting to skip away too much, I hope that game does go on for a very long time, because if for no other reason, like you say, if I said to Slogs, you need to get in on this. I said, because at the moment, you can do it in your bedroom. In 2 months' time, 2 or 3 months' time, it might have got on to a place where you're actually going to have to really try to do these tricks. And you've got a week worth of trying. You know, you've only got to record one take of it, haven't you, really, for the game?
Yeah.
But you can have as many attempts in that 1 week as you want. So it's not classic skate at all. And yeah, I think it should allow people to have a bit of progression there, because if they're so inclined, they might go, right, well, I'm off down to the Resi ramp on Friday. I'm going to make sure we get this on film this week, or it might make them go every week. Or, you know,
yeah, which is what the idea behind it. And I mean, I'm working like 13, 14-hour days. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, so I apologise that I'm absolutely knackered. That's why my eyes are small. So, you know, I'm working all week, so it's going to take me a week to be able to get on a board. And I imagine that Ash and other people, you know, throughout the community are exactly the same. So if I give it a week, it's a nice time period for someone to actually get out. So you don't have 2 or 3 days, because that's just going to narrow everyone who works down in the first couple of tricks. You know what I mean? But
yeah, Adam,
I'm excited for it to go anyway.
For me personally, it's been massive just being able to fucking nail a 180, which I've been trying to do, and Mark will testify to this, for fucking weeks. And I stand there in the fucking skate park looking like a scared little chicken, and it's taken your game to be able to get me to fucking nail it like in less than a week. And Mark's encouragement, but like it's huge
which is again what it's designed to do, push the newer riders, myself included. Not really designed for the likes of the professionals who want to do double backflips, Mr. Bishop.
I think you're bang on there, Adam. That you know it is kind of a game that you kind of want to see people progress with. You know, it might be worth, for example, not telling you how to do this because you've had enough of people doing that. But it might be worth.
It'll go ahead anyway.
I'm going to anyway. But having the less experienced people do the first round of sets, and maybe you've already got that planned. I don't know. We shall find out. Today is today set day.
It is today. I don't know why I'm answering. It's not my game.
That's up.
That is it.
Mark Bishop.
Well, by the time this comes out, we'll find out what happened then, won't we?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, we go back to James Wanklin's question then, and we've said now, Adam, you was after a rodeo. Did you say, in front flip?
Yeah.
They're your 2 tricks for this summer.
And they're out there now, so you've got to at least make a fucking good effort.
There goes my ribs.
Jeff?
Yeah, I've written 2 goals down. I want to land backflip and a back 330. Back 360 on dirt. That's what I want this year.
Specifically a backside 360.
Yeah, just because I think I could do that one before I can do the front 360. I just find that rotation easier to do.
So that's given the fact that you've already been trying tricks front and backside, and that's the one that you're feeling more comfortable.
Just feel more natural with. Once I tick those, then obviously I'm going to be trying, the front 360. So it's not that that's where I'll stop. It's just, they're the first 2 that I want to get. And then that will lay the foundation for next ones.
And Ash?
Back 360, the same as Jeff. Just we've been talking about it, and just it seems to be the natural. I've been trying it on the electric a few times, not quite making it. But then on the mountain board, it seems to be a bit more achievable. So a clean back 360 would be nice. I really, really want to get on backflips. I've not tried them yet. I've tried fronts, but I think maybe a backflip for this year might be a bit more achievable to get it down in the foam and then try it down on the resi. Just trying to achieve, just clean back free and a backflip would be nice.
Definitely. What about you, Sarah? So I'm assuming now you've got 180s sorted, or at least front side 180s. Are you going backside?
The backside's still a bit fucking dodgy.
Well, you'll be going. That's the next set trick?
Well, I think for me to be able to 180 at least off of a jump off of the end of a rail this summer would be amazing. Just I wouldn't even ask for more than that. And to just keep progressing in the skate parks that we've been going to, especially going out on a Monday night is such a good little skate session. So I would be fine with just that.
Fair enough. What about you then, Mark Bishop?
You know what? On dirt,
Double flip. Double flip.
Yeah, I'm going to go in with a 360 double flip. But no.
He said it.
No,
He
mate.
said it.
Oh shit!
Sick, Mark.
No, mate. So when we were at Bugs the other day, I was looking at all the jumps, and on dirt, it scares the fuck out of me. And that's why I was hoping Adam was going to be there this weekend to fucking push me like you did that time when we met. Going, if you do it, I'll do it. Because I need that behind me to go, just fucking send it. Because just doing the jumps at Bugs, the little jumps at Bugs, I was like, oh, fucking hell, it's not a skate park anymore. So, mate, I need you to come and hold my hand. That's what I need.
Adam,
I totally agree with that, 100%. Because I'll go out on a mountain board, and as I was saying earlier, like if I'm not mountain boarding with anyone, I'll just do the safe tricks. I won't want to push myself, so I'll probably just get on a skateboard instead. Because the safe tricks on a skateboard for me are more impressive, and I can show off a little bit more. But
that's it. It's so with the aim. There's a lot of things that I've got in my head that would be amazing tricks, but I'm not going to say any of them on here because then they will fucking expect me to do them. If I get a backflip on dirt, then I'll be happy. In theory, like Sonny was saying, I've done it on concrete. I should be able to do it on dirt. I agree, but just doing a jump over dirt, I was going, oh fuck. So yeah, we'll see if I can.
We were talking about it, weren't we? If for you, like for certain, like for the past 6 months, it has just been skate parks, indoor, outdoor skate parks, or foam pits or resis. And so for you even to just get to the point where you feel comfortable on dirt, that's the fucking first milestone.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was amazing. The weekend that we met Adam was one of the most amazing weekends in Bugs that we had. And Mark just fucking lit up like a Christmas tree. So you need people like that to come back with you to Bugs to be
Adam.
Yeah, you do. Like you need people like that to be able to even decide what you want to fucking try on the dirts next. In that instant, it has to be instantaneous because that's just the way it works.
The big drop. That's what I fucking want to do.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking at, mate. And you were the sensible one out of the two of us going, actually, mate, if you do that, you'll sink into that landing and you will kill yourself. So thank you for stopping me from killing myself.
It was so wet that weekend, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope for dry days this summer. You can get them ticked off.
Dan, what are you ticking off this summer?
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah, you got to throw one out there. You're the only one that hasn't.
I'll be throwing shapes out there. You just wait.
Dancing on your board.
Although, yeah, one thing I will say to add to all of your tricks there that you've all just listed, and one thing that I will be looking to get fully back on is all my tricks down with grabs. Please, for the sake of style, look to making some of these trips with grabs.
The backflip's easy to put a grab in, though, isn't it?
There you go. Perfect. That's all the answer I wanted to hear. Yeah, show us how you do it this summer on dirt. That's it. Look, will we be seeing you guys on the competition scene this summer?
You're a dickhead, Dan. That's another one off my fucking list.
Slugs, do you fucking?
I changed it all up because like we've got all the fresh blood in, but it was all the obvious ones, obviously.
Well, go on, give us your 5 set, and then we'll do it, and then I'll take whatever slim pickings you've left behind.
Are we doing them now? Well, Sarah's fucked off. She's not interested.
Don't, mate, don't. I needed a wee and then I had to have a fag. God's sake.
That was fucking quick for a wee and a fag. Did you have a wee outside?
No, I went for a wee the first time. That was just a bit of vacuum.
Oh, I thought that was like a 2-in-1. Sounds impressive.
Napping.
Right, should we do I've got a 6 set. I've just counted them out. So the way I'm seeing it on screen, it goes wide-eyed Mark Bishop, Sarah, Ashley, Jeff, and then small-eyed Mark Bishop down the bottom. Is that the way everyone else is seeing it?
Which Mark Bishop is which?
Your small eyes.
Oh, hang on a minute. Right, so, Reg or Goof?
Reg.
Mark, I see. Reg.
Goof.
Jeff?
Reg.
Greg.
So there's only one Goof. So Ashley, you're the Goof in the room at the moment.
Get out.
Sounds about right.
Still, your eyes are the right size, so don't worry about it. Park or free ride?
Park.
I don't know right now. I'm sorry. I really like
we'll look forward to a revisit of these questions then in a year or two's time.
Yeah, I love Kingswood, but I really like a skate park at the moment. So I don't know. Next.
Well, it could always be Bugs because that's a mountain board park.
Oh, okay, so that could count.
Free ride or park.
But let's go park.
Yeah, I like that. I don't feel like I forced you into that either.
Fucking
No, I don't feel like I was induced into going that one.
I feel like
Ashley?
you've changed my answer by adding Bugs to that. Because if we were talking skate park to free ride, I think I'd go free ride, just because it just seems a bit more, I don't know, a bit more sketchy. Don't know what's going to happen. But I do really enjoy going to Bugs. Yeah, just desperate to get back down there. So, yeah.
Oh.
Skate park or free ride, I go free ride.
Jeff?
Mountainboard park, definitely.
What, over free ride?
Yep.
It's all. I think in the short time I've known Jeff now, it seems to have been the same thing keeps coming on. It's laps, repetition.
Yeah. If there's just something structured, I'm happy just to keep going. But at the same time, don't get me wrong, I love the free rides, and I've probably got to experience a ton more of them. But I do, it's exactly you say, it's the repetition, and I just get lost in that. That's what I enjoy.
Iron and out crease. I mean, you will see, Jeff, that the best in the sport who do consistently well from whatever country they have in the world all have that same mindset. Brindy's the same. He loves the repetition. His brother Andy's the same. All the top guys, even your likes of Kirkman and like Pete Tatham, who we had last week, they like the learning. It's all about the learning. And then by the time you come to utilize it, you've already got it there. I'm not worried about that side of things. Adam Barton. Sorry, I've cut him in here, and I.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were just going to move straight past me, to be honest.
He does that.
Talk if it matters.
I still love you, mate.
Right, Mark Bishop. Board across or freestyle? See, you've not rid a lot of border cross, have you? So much, I suppose, because it's only bugs. You've done it E-bit, didn't you?
I've done it. Oh, my voice went all broken then.
Oh, this person.
Yeah, I've done it at Bugs for E-bit, but I've not done it on proper boards. So the idea of it scares the fuck out of me. I can't wait to try it, preferably with Mr. Barton. But yeah, I'm guessing then the other one. What was it? Freestyle.
The other one, yeah.
Something in the corner of my laptop, a load of little messages started popping up, and it's saying mail has new messages, and I don't use the laptop very often. It scared me and put me off. So the other one.
So is that going to be one of your to-do things to get clean down that border cross this year as well?
Yes, that would be good. Yeah. If I can, well, even on the electric board, I was 360 and halfway down the track, wasn't I? I couldn't make it down. You know, like the S bend.
Yeah.
On the second corner of the S bend, I kept fucking spinning out and managing somehow to then accelerate my way through to not last place, but third place. But yeah, so somehow, yeah, if I can make it down that, I'll be happy.
That's on your list to do then as well.
Yeah. More so, probably not more so than the jumps and tricks and that, but on par with.
Sarah?
Question?
Yes. Answer? Border cross or freestyle?
Okay, I haven't done a border cross yet. I can't wait. And the other day we didn't know whether we were going to be allowed to try it, so we didn't try it. We were both a bit dodgy and broken.
And we both had broken helmets.
Oh, yeah, we've been this weekend quite a lot. But I can't wait to try a border cross. And it's probably along the lines of Jeff's thinking at that time and take it like in increments.
Yeah, you just got to work your way up the hill with a border cross.
Yeah.
Start a third of the way up the hill, get that bottom segment sorted,
Yeah.
get your lines through there, just work your way up at a berm at a time.
Yeah.
That's the way we used to teach them back at the centre back in the day.
Yeah. That's
And then you just link it all together. It all just flows in.
Yeah. So I can't choose one because I haven't done one of them, but I can't wait for the border cross. Like Mark, just get to Bugs and just start practicing.
Ashley?
At the moment, definitely border cross for me. I've only run it on the electric, and I'm really looking forward to doing it on the mountain. Pretty nervous about it because it's just going to be completely different. But yeah. Were you at E-bit? Yeah.
So you've run it 4-man down the border cross. Then you've had that experience.
That was great.
Yeah, that brings a whole new thing to it. Having 3 people on the track with you.
Yeah. So before that, I'd only just been kind of running it like me and Jeff were going down there, and we just like kind of Jeff would go, then I would go, then Jeff would go, just to kind of like push each other down. And then as soon as E-bit came around, I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is definitely a bit of me. So I'm looking forward to doing that on the mountain board and kind of adding that element of, I don't know, a bit more control to it, a bit more finesse, get a clean run in. And then, it's not so much about just powering through your corners and stuff and sending it flying down the home straight. It's, you got to get round there. You got to keep it clean and tidy. So I'm looking forward to that bit of it. So, definitely border cross for me.
Jeff?
Yeah, border cross as well. Right at the end of last season, I think it was like the last week before Bugs closed, I was there on the e-board, and I did have a go on the mountain board, and I hadn't been doing it long, and did exactly what you said. I did it in thirds. I did like the last third, then 2 thirds, and then I managed to connect the whole thing. It was wet, so it wasn't running super fast, but it was fast enough. It is scary, and it'll be fun with lots of people on there. Did it at E-bit, and that was fun racing. So yeah, right now, and I definitely want to. I mean, I want to compete at the champs this year in border cross. So yeah, that.
Nice one, Jeff. You just ruined his other question.
I bit my tongue because Jeff's a guest where you're not.
Sorry.
But
Adam.
I'm gonna play the wild card and say ribbon cross if that's an option.
Nice. Yes, fuck yes. It's your fucking episode. You can say that if you want.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Ribbon cross.
yeah, and you've got them up your end of the woods as well, because they're a bigger thing up your end than they are down here, certainly.
Well, we haven't got many jumps around ours, and border cross doesn't exist unless you drive 3.5 hours down to Bugs. So we make do with the pump tracks we've got around ours.
What's ribbon cross?
Yeah.
Do you know what a pump track is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically timed laps around that.
Okay.
I think there's a lot more control in it as to where you're pumping, how you're pumping.
It's mainly on.
I think
it's mainly on bigger BMX tracks, though, isn't it?
No.
Rather than the smaller pump tracks, isn't it? Like the single track pump tracks, isn't it?
I think you're thinking of past rhythm cross events.
Yeah.
Slug, size doesn't matter, all right?
You keep telling him that, Sarah.
So there was an event in the summer last year that was in Rydor. I'm definitely not pronouncing that right. Pump Track Wales, and that's pretty much a single pump track. But it like cuts off into two and then comes around and then meets up again. So it's like two riders that sort of do that and meet up again. It's a lot better than I'm making it sound, but I mean that's pretty much all I can do up here without traveling.
Yeah,
That's very cool though.
Right, so Mark Bishop, favourite rider.
I thought we were changing that one, Slugs.
What was he changing it to?
I thought we was going to change it to
rider that gets you the most stoked.
Yeah, or yeah.
Rider to get you most stoked.
Right. Without trying to lick his ass, because he's on the bottom right of my screen right now.
Tongue is so far up there.
Yeah, I'm going to put it right up there. Adam, mate, riding with you. Like, riding with Adam does get me fucking going. And that's why I was messaging him earlier to trying to get him to come down to Bugs this weekend. But the weather looks shit anyway, so that made him happy. But yeah, riding with it's just that stupidity of fucking go and do it. Right, nice one, mate. I will do. Fucking, I just need him to tell me to do that stupid shit. Love you.
Definitely.
Sarah, don't you fucking dare choose Mark now after he just fucking threw you under the bus there.
Do you know what? I was trying to convince myself that I wasn't gonna so much, and I'm trying to find every fucking reason not to. But he's a knob, and Mark is the entire reason that I am on a board, like at all in my entire life. So I can't not say that dickhead on the screen that I describe to everyone as, you know, that kid that when you're at school and they were good at everything, that's him. Like, and you really fucking hated him. Yeah, that's him. Like, but yeah, like Mark, you know, we're riding together constantly, and he pushes me when I need pushing, and he holds off when I don't. And so he is up there for me in terms of somebody that gets me stoked. Watching Lisa's podcast on Sunday, that fucking put a rocket up my ass as well. And you know, just watching people like
Adam's
Hey.
game of skate.
Adam's game of skate massively. That's fucking put me up there. I mean, well, just even watching fucking Mark and Adam and Paul Knox all together that weekend. Like, why I wasn't on the board, I don't fucking know. But like, but yeah, just watching them all that weekend, and yeah, and again, people like Northern Ash, like watching how excited Northern Ash gets about being excited about watching other people, and Adam David, and you know, all of them people. It's exciting, like, and it's an amazing community to be fucking part of and welcomed into by you two of all fucking numpties. You know, it's awesome. I love it.
Ashley? Oh, was you going to say something then, Dan?
No.
Ash?
I guess I
have to choose my wife, Jeff Bond.
Yeah. The person that I enjoy riding most with is Jeff, because we ride the same places. So then when we go there, Jeff has already been there 2 days before me. We plan to go there, and he'll be like, I've just seen this bit. You've got to get it done. So then it's like, right, you go, I'll follow. So riding with Jeff is a great way, because I use that to push myself, because he seems just to kind of get down there, put his reps in, just keeps going and going and going. And I'll go, oh, I can do that. And then I'll just try it. So, yeah, kind of the person, that pushes me, I guess it'd be kind of riding with Jeff. But outside of that, I guess, if I had to look at someone else, it'd probably be Nath Jenkins. Just because when you're riding with him, he just seems to come out of like these little nuggets. Like, he'll watch what you're doing and he'll just come up to you and go, that little bit there, just don't jump that bit, or don't pump that bit as hard. Just follow through, then pump it. Or you come out of something and you kind of go, all right then, and you'll try it and it works. It's like, oh, great. He's not overbearing with it. He's just subtle. He sees it and he just kind of goes, try that, see if that works. Yeah, I quite like that.
Got a lot of time for Nate.
Yeah, the guys switched on up there, and like I say, very quiet, very. I don't want to say quiet and unassuming. I think those are the wrong words to describe Nath. But that sort of sentiment is not he's not as brash as some of the other people out there, shall we say? And,
right,
people he spends time with, shall we say? But yeah, he's a wealth of technical knowledge. Is that lad?
Yeah,
he really is. What about you, Jeff?
I mean, I can bounce off of anyone. So just the buzz, if anyone's improving, anyone's trying a new trick or anything. I've experienced that with all sorts of people. If I have to pick one, it'll be Eamon. He's awesome. He's awesome on the e-boards. He's awesome on the mountain boards. I've been lucky. I've spent a lot of time riding with him. I've learned a lot from him. I've also learned a lot from Sonny and Nate. So yeah, they're the three I look up to most. But yeah, Eamon, if I had to pick one, he's all. I mean, the stuff he does and the little touches that he adds. It's just there's so much finesse that he constantly adds to stuff.
You.
He touches. But yeah, so it'd be Eamon.
So you can have a good shout. Adam?
So I've actually got two, and it's my parents, Ashley and Jeff.
Oh man, this episode is sickly sweet for you guys.
No, it's basically anyone on this podcast that isn't fucking Bishop. I
can appreciate
if I have
that.
to pick one, and it is close between Bish and JD, but I'm going to have to say JD. He got me into it. He's supported me all the way through. He'll often, well, before now, he's picked me up and just took me mountain boarding, you know what I mean? And he's, as I say, the reason I got into it, and he films everything and puts it into little edits and sends me them and doesn't even put them on Instagram or anything like that. He just does it for fun of it and the stoke, and pushes me as well not every single day, but every once or twice a week when we go riding. So I'm going to have to say JD from Cheshire Scrubbers.
Yeah,
I'm very much looking forward to meeting up with him in the near future for a ride.
Yeah.
He is a fucking great bloke. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so last question. Are you entering the UK champs this year?
Fucking hell, Scott, I was going to ask that one in a minute.
No, I don't need to prove myself, do I?
Right, no. Let's mark out then.
Yeah, I'll be.
You will be there.
I'll be there.
You're all going to be there, right? Is there any even need for this question?
Well, if we get it on film, they've got to turn up then.
Okay.
Sarah's got
Are you
fucking.
racing?
Sarah, tell them what you've got time off for.
Oh, don't.
Okay.
Right. Mark and I will be entering in the UK jams. Mark, because he's a knob. Me just for shits and giggles. But we decided after Sonny's invitation that it'd be a good idea to go to France. And of course, the French championships are the weekend of the 15th. It's 15th, 16th, 17th of July. But in order to get to France, Mark and I would need to have the week off. And my work would not let me have the Friday off. So I've had to tell work that I was entering into the French championships to put more emphasis on the fact that I needed the time off work. So now I can't not enter the championships because I've told work that I'm entering. So now I'm fucked.
Right, now you've just told the whole mountain board community as well.
I know. So, fuck's sake. So not only the UK's, but we're going to France, and let's see what the fuck happens. I hope I don't break my neck.
Yeah, be fine. Take it straight to Resi.
Compiègne, is it?
Eh?
Is it a Compiègne?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I had to get an email from who's the guy at LA? I was speaking to the guy at LA. Yeah, I had to get him to email me and confirm the dates because my work would go like, "Where's your entry form? Have you got your entrance?" And I'm like, "It's not that kind of atmosphere. Like, it's quite relaxed. You just show up on the day and enter." And they're like, "Well, I need some sort of confirmation." So I had to get LA to email me and confirm the dates of the championship so that I could send it to work, so that they could then have a meeting about it to allow me to have time off work.
Oh my goodness.
It's mental.
That's fucking awesome.
Absolutely mental. But it's been allowed and we're going. So
So you
Yeah.
LA and Compiègne whilst you're out.
yeah. So LA are hosting a riders party before and after the championships.
At LA.
Yeah. So our plan
Thank
is
you, right.
that we'll head down there either on the 9th or 10th and then head to the championships and then head home.
There you go. Go big or go home. Do two.
Oh, Jerry.
Yeah. I can't wait to go to LA. LA looks fucking awesome.
Mm. Ash.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lad. Jeff?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, absolutely. We'll be there. I don't know if I'll do the freestyle. I definitely do the downhill, the board across, the racing stuff. Yeah, might do the freestyle. Not sure yet.
I think by the time we get to that point, you'll have so much peer pressure on you, you'll be doing it anyway. So someone will enter you.
And you'll get an overall ranking if you do the freestyle.
All right then. So I'll be doing all of it then. Yeah.
That was easy.
Wasn't it?
That answers the questions then, Jeff.
Adam, what about you? Come on, don't be the only one to say no.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I haven't planned on, but peer pressure. Go on then.
Well, you're going to be at Bugs every weekend anyway, right? So it's just another
I'm
week.
hoping so. Genuinely, yeah.
I'll touch you inappropriately if you do.
Yeah, definitely.
Only
Yeah, sign me up for everything. eBay, everything. I mean,
Only behind berm 3, there's rules and regulations.
I'm pretty sure it's behind berm 3 that the bikers had set up those fucking chairs, hadn't they? They've made
It was.
massive biker freaking track the other side of Bordercross. And there's just a nice little area
spectators area.
Oh, I don't think it's
I think
spectator
it's
friendly.
technically known as the dog spot.
Yeah.
Or the slog spot.
The slog in certain circles, yeah.
They're a slogan.
Look, guys, we've smashed through this tonight, and I only really have one more sort of question. Well, I had one more question, but I think we've kind of already hit it already as throughout the whole of this. But is there anybody or anything in particular about the mountain board scene that has really got you fired up? Or I mean, we've encompassed it by asking what riders get you going. I mean, we can see that you're already forging friendships up and down the country, both amongst yourselves as new riders there and with the old guard as well. But yeah, is there anyone that you want to ride with that haven't ridden with yet so far, I suppose?
I'd like to ride with Adam David, and I definitely want to ride with Northern Ash again, because I didn't really appreciate Northern Ash when we met him at Kingswood. I just called him a fucking northerner that I didn't understand, basically, because anyone further north than me I don't understand. That's why I struggle with small eyes. And but other than that, yeah. No,
Can I just stop you there? Is that a thing now? Is that
Oh,
just,
yeah.
we're just going to ignore that and just fucking let it go?
It's a fucking huge thing.
I mean, well, we can try it. Look, Adam, if this is something that's bothering you, then say it now, and we can do our best to stop this now. But
no, it's fine. It just went unnoticed, so I just thought I'd throw some emphasis on it. That's all.
Sorry, me and Sarah have spent so much time. Small eye.
Oh, mate. Seriously. It's not even just you and the small eyes. It's just taking the piss out of Northern Ash's accent.
It's the accent. We love it so much.
All the time in Northern Ash's accent about you. It's fucking weird.
I've known Jeff now for a number of since long before he stepped foot on a downhill board. And now since Ash, I cannot think of Jeff's name without going Jeff.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot to put my name in. I was going to put it in as my name is Jeff.
Unfortunately, Ash is just such a lovely fella, and just comes out with some great stuff. But we can try. We can try for you.
Oh yeah, I'll try my best, small eyes.
Yeah. Anyone else that you guys? Adam Barton with the deep dish eyes, lovely eyes. What riders are you hoping to ride with this year that you haven't met so far?
Well, I think I've met everyone I wanted to meet. I mean, there's obviously you two. I think you guys are the two last people in the country.
No, I've not.
No, not in person.
No.
Just the other nudie tray, but
I was going to say they're fucking everywhere. I'm surprised you haven't just had a dick pic from them yet.
well, loads of dick pics, but
we're the gonorrhea of mountain boarding. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. You two and Steve Burtbeck, yeah. Up there.
You can't leave Steve out; he'll get upset.
No, exactly.
Very true.
But yeah, sorry, Adam, we'll cut you off again. What?
No, it's fine. I'm getting used to it. No, pretty much just you guys. I'd love to ride with Lisa, who I think gave me a shout out in the last one, or the one before that by the time this says. But pretty much anyone who wants to travel up north or host me for the day, I guess. I'm up for riding with absolutely everybody. So hit me up.
Well, hopefully we will be seeing you at some point in early May. But we'll speak about that outside of the show.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I couldn't think of it. That.
I can't think
Oh
of it.
yeah,
Sarah, tell
early
me.
May. Yeah, got you.
Well, before we go anywhere, I just want to thank all of you for bringing like a bit of fresh blood into the sport, because it's made a difference. I think having you lot join the scene. Like you're like puppy dogs. You're really enthusiastic about it. And it's really, really good to see.
Yeah, I think we should probably look to wrap this up now. And unfortunately, Paul Carter hasn't joined us this evening.
Oh no, he did message saying he couldn't get out of work.
Oh, when what's he? How many Comp 16s has he bought then?
Yeah.
Got to leave.
He couldn't get out of work. He just sat at home polishing them.
But yeah, I to echo exactly what Slog said there. Thank you for coming on and bringing some enthusiasm. Well, it's not even youth, but the youthful outlook that you guys have brought has certainly helped stoke me, and it's nice to be able to take tips from people that are slightly less experienced. Jeff Bond, thank you very much for making my ride on Sunday that much better. I don't know whether you'd noticed, but I had to stop myself from riding a couple of times and go back to filming because it was really fucking winding me up. And yeah. Once I'd nailed that line a couple of times, which I did after your advice of putting more air pressure in, I was happy then, and I could go back to doing what I was doing without fear.
But you just kept riding after that, didn't you?
Well, that's it. If I'd have gone home without even fucking getting it clean, I'd have been really fucking annoyed with myself.
Oh, I would have never heard the end of it. Fucking hell.
Yes, so ladies and gents, is there anything else that any of you guys would like to say before we finish it up? Consider this your final words. We go round again. We're going to start with my good friend Adam Barton down the bottom.
Oh fuck! You put me on the spot here. No, not really.
We'll see you on the hill. Anything from anyone else? Jeff?
Yeah, I'd like to say, I mean, you're saying thanks to us for like bringing the enthusiasm in. Thanks to you guys with the podcast. Ash and I have spoken a few times. You know, we wouldn't have known about the history, the heritage, like where the sport's been. It's like there's so much history there, and we've learnt it through the podcast and the whole community that, you know, a lot of you guys have been doing it for years, and even actually, you know, Mark and Adam as well. Just everyone reaches out to each other. You pick up on each other's passion. And you just want to be around those people as well. So, yeah, the community is awesome in that way. But thank you for the podcast and having us on. But, yeah, just letting us know the history about it as well. And it's pretty cool to be part of it. And, yeah, really looking forward to just riding with everyone.
Awesome.
Roll on the spring.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like echo what Jeff has said. You know, if it wasn't for you inviting Mark to Cleve that weekend, I don't think we would have been anywhere close to mountaineering as we are now. And having met Sloggett and Claire like that weekend as well, and just had the best time. Like it's just been such a welcoming environment, and the podcast has just added to that. It's created a whole new fucking world for us. And it's been awesome, and I can't wait for the summer, and I can't wait to compete because that's going to get my shit going.
Yeah. What about you, Ash?
Yeah, just looking forward to getting some more riding this year, meeting more people, get some of the events going, and yeah, I guess listening to more of these podcasts, learn a bit more, try and learn a few new faces, a few new things. Yeah, just looking forward to the year ahead, really.
Oh.
So,
Episode 22, that'll be a good one for you. It's not out yet, but it'll be out by the time this one comes out, with Pete Tatham there. If you want to know the UK side of things, of where it literally was invented. That's
From year dot.
But yeah, cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to.
Hang on, we're going to let Mark Bishop say anything or not? Or was he
I thought he already has, didn't he?
I don't know.
Go on, go for it. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry.
Oh, we've run out of time. Sorry, Mark. See you later. Bye.
Nah, man. To be honest, it's just going to echo what Jeff said. Thank you guys. You two. Well, even prior to EBIT, I remember chatting to Dan on the forums, on Facebook, and you had said, "Fuck it, just compete. It doesn't matter where you come. It's just being on the starting grid, basically. That's what's important, and just fucking loving it after that." And then from there, we met you, we met Slogs, we've met fucking everyone, and that's where it's all like strived from in the first place. Was just that it's the welcoming, I can't even talk. The welcomingness of the community, as other people have said prior as well. The mountain board scene's fucking amazing. Yeah. Everyone loves everyone. Free love, peace.
It is worldwide. That, as I think Adam's found out recently with his trip to Portugal.
Yeah.
And see Antonio and the Sintra boys. Super jealous of you there, bud. Good time?
Yeah, it was. Say again?
Was it a good time?
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing, mate. I only went there for a few hours, to be fair, because A, I didn't have travel insurance, and B, it was fucking hot. Yeah, it's Portugal. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. They made me feel really welcome, except for Antonio did try to kill me on the first run. Right. So basically, I got there, and obviously I didn't have my board. So he said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll have one here for you." So I went, brilliant. Got there, and it was quite a nice little setup, to be fair. And I did the rollers, did the first jump. First jump, I got about 2 foot of air, landed, and the front trucks just fucked off that way. About 30 foot. They'd snapped, not on the hanger, but on the actual bolts that attach the hanger to the board.
Like the kingpin type.
No idea how it happened. So I just landed, did a flip, and we just started laughing. And he came over, and he was so apologetic, to be fair to him, but it was just funny as fuck. Like the first run, and it just fucks off. But yeah, both him and Mowgli were both absolutely amazing.
I can't wait to get out there and see them boys.
Yeah, do it.
Ladies and gents, we're going to tie it up there. We're on 2 hours. Thank you so much for your time. And I can't wait to see us all again, ride with you all again at the next opportune moment. Yeah.
Which I think it'll be Bugs probably, won't it?
Too right, it will be.
If it's not Bugs, then it's going to be Sloggett's birthday.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sounds good to me.
I'm going to sign you.
Thanks very much, everyone. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Way aye, man. That was dead canny as out, that like. Cheers for tuning out to listen. Now, before you go yam, don't forget, if you want to keep getting doing with the Dirty Dirt fun, like and subscribe. Get amongst it. Shy Ben's getting out.